Howdy, gamers, and welcome to Checkpoint Reach, a weekly show where we discuss a topic in gaming, occasional news stories, movie and TV quotes, and random life rants. Thank you so for joining us. I am Lex, and today we are doing a topic called Games You Play That You Forgot You Played That You Just Remembered You Played. Title in progress. That is not the actual title. That we'll have an actual one, but we'll get into that in a second. But let me introduce the other guy, dude. Speaking of things I forgot, but that I just remembered. My little friend over here, Ernie, dude. How you doing, man? My little co-host.
Hello, friends. Hello. I always shoot. I always go too fast. It's because you keep going, and I'm always like, oh man, I go too fast. I'm sorry, but dude, it does me good to see you, friend. How are you?
Dude, does it? Sorry, I always say little, and I'm not saying that like in a mean way. I don't know why it just sounds funny. Like we always say.
It's
Oh,
okay. I don't mind it. You know, I'm not a big. I've been called little and I've been called big, and it's always just I don't really think about it because because we're shorter, or at least I am.
Yeah.
I'll get hey big guy, or whatever, but it's like because he's little, it's like that joke about it, and I don't know, it's never bugged me, but I just
Well, the funny thing is, I'm not even saying it in that like context. I don't know why I'm saying it because well, this one time my girlfriend, she I think it was like my brother was coming over or something. She's like, "Oh, is your little friend gonna come over?" It's time with my brother. And so every time we talk now, we just go, "Oh, you're gonna hang out with your little friend." It's just like we'll say stupid stuff like that. Like and that's how it kind of started. So it's not even like I'm saying it because, like, again, like we're not the tallest of guys, but
that's all right. Things happen. Hey, things have been said.
Dude,
we have fun. We have fun, dude.
Some might say that we're a little peewees, dude. Oh, hey,
dang, hey, bringing it back.
Thank you for coming to the show. Bring it back, dude. I just want to talk about something before the top of the episode. So Ernie and I went to a one of the Netflix is a joke things. Hopefully I can say that they'll sponsor us.
God, I wish.
And we'll get our own series. We'll be under the games and the podcast, but we'll be in like the unfiltered section. I don't know, something stupid. Couldn't think that fast. But no, we went to a little Pee-wee's Playhouse anniversary together. We had a little outing. You may have seen a post on Instagram if you follow us. Follow us at checkpoint_reach. If you haven't, it's probably gone at this point. But yeah, dude, we had a good time, man. I know we're Pee-wee fans. I think we're more fans of the movie. I mean, I do like the show. I did watch it as a kid, and I know you said you didn't know it too well, but I know the movie we're really big fans of. But I had a good time, dude. I had a good time going. It's about the company you keep. Am I right?
It's true, dude. I think it was funny because I just had heard one of the audios you sent me. And you had said, the Pee-wee show was good. It wasn't great. I think they could have done a lot more stuff, and we kind of both agreed on that. But you had said, and I almost teared up a little bit. You had said that I moved up in a rank. You said that I was an S tier friend. No,
yeah, that's right. I did say that. I knew you'd like that one. Dude.
I'm kidding. I did enjoy it. But it was a lot of fun. But yeah, like I think we both shared the same sort of thought. Was I think. Had they added more like sort of fan servicey thing where it was like you could sit on cherry and like things like that, like at least like a prop that looked like nothing crazy, I think we would have had a lot more fun in the event. But everything else was cool. Again, like we were just laughing, having a good time. It's just we're just being silly.
Yeah, it's not to say it wasn't cool. Like it felt like there was some stuff that's just kind of missing. But I mean, again, it was an anniversary. Like what else? Like they had a lot of the original props, which was really cool. That was like the main thing, right? The music was really cool as well.
Yeah.
It's just like some of the comedian choices they had weren't like just the greatest, but I mean, we still had a fun time. Yeah, dude, I'm glad. I'm glad we went out. We had a little night out. I finally met this guy. I finally saw. You're like in the movie Novocaine. When he finally meets the the dude from Spider-Man. You saw that movie, right? Novocaine.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. He meets that guy. What's his name? Freaking what can't I think of his name?
The CEO of sex. The CEO of sex.
Well, hey, can't I think of his name, dude? He has a sweet name too.
His name's like Jacob Battalion or something, right?
Something like that. Yeah, I forget.
But his name's Ned in the Spider-Man movies.
And Ned,
Ned in the Spider-Man movies.
He's the guy in the chair. He's the guy in the chair. Like I'm your guy in the chair.
Basically, they never meet, and then but he's always told them, yeah, I drive a bike, and like I'm super fit. I'm tall. I look like Jason Momoa or something like that. And he finally meets him, and it's not that. It's pretty freaking sweet. He's all we'll take off on the bike, and it's like a little moped.
That's hilarious. Dude.
But no, I'm just kidding. I've seen this guy plenty. Don't worry. Hey, but yeah, we wanted to let you know what was going on. That was our news, I guess, as our little news topic there for you. Yeah. But before we get to the main topic, dude, what I want to ask you before we start, dude. what
Tell
games
me.
have you been playing? Anything new since I last saw you? And you know what? This time I'm not going to say that it's been a while because I do feel like I just saw you and it's good. I like it
It's true. I
because I
did just
did.
see you. Yeah.
So no.
Yeah. So recently I've gone back and I started playing PlayStation Vita, right? Was telling you about my whole process and everything. And I was replaying this game called Persona 5 Golden or Persona 4 Golden. And it's an RPG, JRPG, really cool game. It's very interesting, but it's really long in the beginning. And I think it's a lot of like conversation, kind of like setting up the world and everything that's going on. And it's really well done, kind of sort of like a really good anime. And I think you would enjoy it if you have like, I think you have to be in the right mindset for it because it's kind of a slow, methodical kind of burn in the beginning, but it's a really great game so far. And I'm excited to continue to play it, but we'll see how far I get into it. I feel like dude, Lex, I'm telling you, I've started this game like 4 to 5 times maybe. And I always get to a certain point and I stop. And it isn't because the game is terrible or anything like that. It's just something always happens and something stops me. And I'm hoping that doesn't stop me. The way I'm set up this time is very handheld, very just chill. Like I'm like there is no
Mm-hmm.
way that I can I always say I always say this, right, ladies and gentlemen, friends of the channel here. I always say I'm a victim of circumstance, and my circumstances for this game right now are perfect. Like I genuinely have a great setup to play. So we'll continue to play, and I'll let you know how that goes. But other than that, I've just been kind of chilling. Honestly, I like to. I've been laying down a lot lately on my bed, reading. You know, get a little
That's good.
reading going. You know what I mean? A little
Mm-hmm.
hook, line, and sinker. No. Actually, I'm lying. I've been just reading random like manga right now. No books right now. I
Yeah.
stopped. I think the
Eh,
last book I read was I want to say it was Dune, but it might have been Anthony Bourdain, but I forget. But continue, sorry.
I thought you were going to say you were reading fanfic.
Oh,
Um,
now of us, if anything, would be
that's cool,
well.
man. I've heard good things about those Persona games. Definitely not my type of game, but
Yeah,
I've heard good stuff about it. People talk good about those games. Um, that's cool, man. I'm glad. I'm glad you're in that right mindset because that's important, right? You got to be there, but hopefully you get past to where you need to go
you
because
can. I want to say something. Go ahead.
please.
I was gonna
Oh no, go for
say,
it.
my I it was funny because last episode you talked about the rule of threes, or I forget what you called it, but you were essentially playing 3 games and all that. And we'll get into your game,
The rule.
dude. That night or like that following day or something like that, a freaking video had come out of this guy talking about a rule of three. He's doing the same thing you're doing, and I was
Oh
like, oh my
wow.
gosh, is this like a thing that people just are doing? But
Well,
I don't know if you ever
the
saw it
rule of
anywhere. Go
three
ahead.
is yeah, the rule of three is like a thing in comedy as well. It's like
Oh, interesting.
it's like the rule of three basically is like you can kind of do something 3 times before if you do anything more, it's kind of like a little too much. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
Um, is
Oh,
from
wow.
what
I
I
forgot you.
understand at least.
Yeah,
From what
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand at least, it could be I could be
Yeah.
wrong. I could might not have it right.
No, I mean, you went to
Um,
clown college with Krusty the Clown, so I would, I would assume
yeah, but like
you're
yeah,
correct.
it's basically like you're the first like you're building towards it and on that third when you refer it again that's the punch I guess it's from what I
Yeah.
remember but anyway
Sorry. The way I
um
said that sounded like I was being mean, but it's like an inside joke
no I didn't even
that
catch
we
it
share, bro.
I know this guy says I'm a clown like a clown funny yeah I did no yeah I
Funny,
don't know
haha.
it
No.
is that's funny that you saw that I don't know why it's just it's like it's a magic number
Honestly, I
uh
like that. I think that's like one of the things that I would love to do, like moving forward with
mhm.
the friends of the channel, just kind of like having us all play a game together. And that way when we meet up again, we're like, well, we did it all together, didn't we? And I know everyone has a different schedule, but I feel like it would be nice to kind of meet up and share that same sort of thing. And like you're going to talk about a game that you're playing, and that's kind of one I kind of want to dive into with you. So I'm hoping to probably
Yeah.
start playing that soon. Good book, please go ahead.
Yeah, if I may, dude. So yes, last week, as you all know, if you remember, I was playing Claire Obscure, Red Dead Redemption, and Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, I did say last week, I've already kind of fallen off Mass Effect Andromeda. I was just kind of like, this is not, I'm just not feeling it at the moment. Again, I like those. I love Mass Effect, such a great series. And but I did a little game, dude. That like I kind of didn't want something that I had to really like fully pay attention to, but like also because I know the game well enough and the game was BioShock Infinite, dude. Infinite. I've been meaning to dive back in that game for quite some time. And I finally said, you know what, screw it. I've had it ready on the tablet. I'm sorry, the Asus, and now it's ready to shine, dude. I'm just telling you, man. Great game. Great game. Again, Red Dead Redemption, I'm chugging along. Claire Obscure, I played a little bit more than what I played last week. Don't have much updates there, but Bioshock, man. And now I know this game is pretty divisive with a lot of people because of the themes and all that, but I mean, Ernie and I, we played this. We went to the midnight launch. I know Ernie has a little story. I don't know if you shared it, but we can tell in a bit.
Yeah.
We played that game late into the night. That intro is just unmatched. I mean, it's just a beautiful intro. But the game has a lot of strong racism, and Christianity built throughout, and it's crazy because I'm playing and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I remember this stuff, but I'm like, I didn't remember this stuff. You know what I mean? You have those moments where you're like, I knew this when I was playing it, but now playing it again after so many years, I'm like, oh my gosh, it was so much. I realized again, I'm like, holy crap, it was really in your face, like the stuff. Like there's like a part in the beginning, the guy's, oh, you take your coffee a little black, hey, like he's referring to the race, and because it's a very white Christian, like little in the sky, right? That's how they separated. And yeah, it's dude, it's a great game. Looks fantastic, runs great on the Asus as well. Like I have no issues with it. And also maybe it's just because of like just how the look of the game is. It's like it's not really realistic. It's kind of like that cartoonish a little bit, but it's also realistic. You know what I mean? It has a sense of realism. But dude, I'm really enjoying it. I'm just trying to chug along, and like I'm saying like, oh, I don't pay attention, but I caught myself. I'm paying attention because I'm listening to the audios. Like, oh, it's just, and again, I have it set to the easiest because I just want to get through it. I played this game many times, everyone. I played it on hard. Don't get mad at me. You play games however you want. I just want to get through it, dude. And I'm chugging along. I just got Elizabeth, so we have her now. Yeah, dude, I'm excited, dude, because it's a great game. I really like this game. I know I beat it a couple times. I had the guidebook toward to the limited edition guidebook. But what about you, dude? Share your little story on Bioshock Infinite, dude. If the listeners haven't heard,
yeah. So I mean, it's nothing crazy, but I remember. So Lex and I were friends at this time. Like I think we're kind of early on.
Are we not?
In our at the time, but we're still kind of early on in our friendship. Like we were cool. We talked the games. We did see a lot of each other. And I remember you telling me, hey, Bioshock Infinite Midnight released. Do you want to come with me? And I'm like, dude, I don't have it pre-ordered. And I think you and I had gone earlier that day, and I went to go sell games in order for you to pay yours and then to pay my own. Or you remember this? I don't know if you remember this well. And we went
briefly.
We went to one close to your old house that you lived on. We won't share the details, but so you had told me that, and I'm like, all right, fuck, F it, dude. I wasn't gonna buy this game because I just was low on funds, but I ended up selling games. Terrible thing I should have not done, but we live and we learn. And so I did it, got the game. I only had to pay like maybe $5, something like that, and I had the cash. And I think we were like in No, we were like in college, right? We just started college, or where were we in our lives?
What year was Bioshock? I think it was 2000. Was it 2013?
I think I was in college, like in the beginning, but I don't recall. But
it was 13. I was.
Okay, so yeah, I remember you. I think I either met with you or you picked me up. I forget how I went down. I think because you were driving, I wasn't driving at the time. And we got the game. We got in, dude. They had this whole line for it. We got the game, dude. You and I were like all excited. And he got the freaking the magazine. I think that day too, right? If I'm not mistaken. And some other, I don't know if it was the same day, but I think there was people buying World of Warcraft at the same time, maybe, or something like that. There was another game that they were doing, but I don't know if it was that.
And I remember I had answered a question for something, and I got the poster. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know what the question was. I think it was, what time the GameStop opened? No, I'm just kidding.
I was dead. So we'll go ahead.
Oh, I just remember it smelling in there and feeling all sweaty and nasty.
Dude, it's always like that in GameStops. But you know how they always like, oh, we're bringing back great deals and nostalgia. And it's like, yeah, are you bringing back the smells? I'm joking. That's a joke. I kid. They're probably going to get mad at us if they listen to this. But we all know that that's a thing. I don't think that's like a secret that it was stinky in there. So we went home. He went home. Fair. I think what happened?
Oh no, like it was weird. Like you muted out for a second. Like for a second, I was like, but then you came back.
Oh my bad. But anyway, yeah. Sorry. So you're good. And then so Lex had gone home. I think he played it for a little bit, but he had to wake up early. I don't remember what happened, but he didn't play the whole night. I literally got on when we got home. Might have been like 12 midnight, something like that. And I literally played that game till like maybe 6 a.m. I want to say. I always get it confused because of the time frame of how long that game was. but I literally beat it in one run. Like I didn't stop playing. And I remember
Crazy.
finishing it and being like, dude, I did it. And I sent you a text or something like that. And I recall being like, no way, you beat it already. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I like stayed up all night. And then I slept throughout the whole rest of the afternoon. And I hung out with my girlfriend, which is my wife now. But
It,
dude, what a
you,
fantastic game.
isn't it funny to just think about, you know, being able to do that, right? Like at that time, like I could
Yeah.
not do that now. I can't even make it past like 10 playing games, and I'm just like,
And
I mean,
that's
unless
the
I'm like,
thing.
oh, with people, like, and I'm like, but like by myself, I'm like, oh man, I'm like, I'm tired. You know what I mean?
When you're
But if I'm
tired.
playing with like
Yeah.
friends, I can get it going.
That's the thing I always talk to you about with nostalgia is like, is that some people don't really like recall the time and place, or at least most men don't mention it. They just kind of remember that the game was great, but it's like you got to think about it. You were young, you didn't have a lot of things going on in life. You probably still had both your parents, or things like that. I'm not saying that's like the case for everyone, but it's
Yep.
like you were not really using your time like to work a lot, or maybe you were
Hmm.
working a lot. Who knows? But everyone has a different nostalgia sense, and it's funny because
Yeah,
like
exactly.
recently I was having that conversation with you, and when I was thinking about it, it triggered all these awesome emotions, and I'm like, oh my god, I remember how amazing this was, and I would never like. So what I had this is random. I had this 12-year-old kid. He's the our old boss, or your old boss, my boss still, his son, and he asked me, he's all, if you could relive a moment in your life, he asked me, and I was like, he's like, what moment would that be? And I was like,
Deep.
probably when I was playing Call of Duty heavily, or Destiny, or I
Mm,
said something like that. I think it was Destiny, when I had all my friends, everyone had the same time, everyone was
mm.
online, and we're just playing hard. And I know a friend of the channel, McFly, or Michael, is probably listening right now, and I know he knows what I'm talking about. It's like we were all on talking stupid things and just playing for hours, and like 3 in the morning, doing raids, and that was a lot of fun, dude. And dude,
I
it's
did,
crazy.
you know
I
that.
never regret that. I don't regret that time.
Yeah, and it's funny because I joined you on those times. I didn't play Destiny with you guys because I just didn't get into it as you did, but I know you tried to get me into it. This guy came with, he gifted me Destiny 2, and he gave me this janky little box because he wanted the box for himself. Oh, and I think it was so funny. But I mean, we just spend the time. I just spend the time either. We just play different games and still chat. You know what I mean? And we
Yeah.
still do that somewhat now with some people, but yeah, man, it's hard. You could, like you said, and I think that poses a great question. Like, what is a like what did he say exactly? What was his question? He said,
His
"What was the
question
time
was,
you
if
could
you
bring
can
back?"
relive one moment, yeah, if you could relive a moment in your life, what would it be? And it's funny because like people can be like, oh yeah, the birth of my child and the birth of these, and that's an
Let
awesome time too.
let
But it's like, if sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, since we are a gaming channel, let's keep it like at a gaming memory. Let's say it that.
Exactly.
Let's
That's
change
what
it
I
up a little bit
thought.
because yeah,
That was my
like
thing. Yeah, it was like, honestly, sound off in the chat, like, or sound off in
please,
in the
please,
comments, like, please let us know, like, if you could relive a moment in your gaming life, in your history of gaming. Because I think the reason I brought up the game stuff was because we were talking about games. He's a big like Geometry Dash. He likes like Zelda
yeah,
and Breath of the Wild and all
that's
that. And he was talking to me
that's
about
cool.
that. I think that's kind of what brought it up. But
No, that's awesome.
yeah, like it sounded off in the
The
comments. Let us
youth.
know, like if you, yeah, dude. I love that, dude. That like brought like a warmth to my heart, like that he was like saying, like talking about that. And but yeah, sound off in the comments. Like I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts, friends of the channel. Please sound off.
Please.
Let us know what's a moment in your life, a year or something. Just kind of like a little brief summary, nothing crazy. Just like, dude, Destiny
Yeah.
this, or Call of Duty this, or when I was playing Bejeweled. I don't know. It doesn't matter what you were playing, dude. I used to play Minesweeper at school, and I had a blast.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was
Got a blast.
yeah, I see what you did. But yeah, Lex,
But dude, hey,
please.
that's a great segue though into like a gaming memory. So this episode, it kind of sparked. I was just on a drive, and I just randomly texted you, and I was like, dude, you remember this game? And like I was trying to figure out a game, and it was like Time Shift. And I was like, there's a game at the time, and it had like this guy with a yellow helmet on the front. And I don't know why it popped up in my head. And I was like, and I looked it up and I found it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I remember playing this. And I started thinking, I'm like, man, there, like, it's a lot of people don't like, I mean, obviously with the subscriptions, it's a little different, but like back in the day, like, with the renting and all that stuff, right? When Xbox and like PlayStation, they were coming out with so many games. Now
Yeah.
you don't get as many, right? You get to just play the old stuff, but like, and I'm like, dude, remember these little games we would play? And I'm not talking about like Call of Duties. I'm not talking about the Grand Theft Autos. You know what I mean? I'm talking about these little games that just kind of came out that you just kind
The
of forgot
Charlie and the
about,
Chocolate
right?
Factory.
Yeah, no, I remember that very well.
Yeah.
Like, and I think also what sparked it was like the Jackass game, right? Like, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, there was a Jackass game. There was a game called Army of Two, where it was a very co-op heavy, dark sector, prototype,
Hmm.
time shift, all these mercenaries, gun, the outfit. So I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about these episodes. Let's talk about this a little bit, shall we? I just kind of want to like go down memory lane, memory unlocked a little bit if I can, dude. Um,
Hmm.
because it's funny because like a lot of these games get buried, but like I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that like, yeah, we absolutely need these games. I remember Xbox 360 was a friend of mine. He was like my neighbor. He's like, yeah, I got this game. It's called The Outfit. I'm all, what is that? And I'm all, it's like like you could just it's like a little war W2 World War II setting, and you're just going through and just like destroying stuff. And I was like, okay. And I tried. I'm like, oh, this game is sweet. And like now I'm like, I can't even remember. And like I look at the videos and like the images, I'm like, oh my gosh, these games, they look so janky. And I
Yeah.
remember, but you remember the cover art. I think this brings it back again to like cover art, right? Like a lot of these games that we're going to talk about had like a really specific cover art, and that's how we kind of went based off the rentals, right? But
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
the
It's kind of
first,
like with movies, right? Like they would
mhm,
the way they would set it up. It's like,
mhm. Like our first section here is like the very destruction heavy games, right? Destruction, like the game. There was a game called Mercenaries, and I always remember this game because it had like that sweet little dude in the front with the
mm,
mohawk, and then there's the outfit as well. And the game Black, dude. I remember this game
oh, dude,
Black
black. Yeah,
that was
just bullets, right?
yeah that
The
were
cover was
very
all bullets.
again my neighbor's like, yeah, this game Black is coming out, like, and this brings it back time to where we're looking at like the magazines, and I remember seeing this game. Oh, dude, this game looks cool. It was like a gun porn game, right? Kind of, right? It was just like they just wanted to make guns just crazy, and like you could destroy everything. Do you have memories with these games that I just mentioned?
So I played Black. I didn't own Black. I don't know how I was able to play it, but I remember playing it on Xbox, the original, the actual like big old Xbox, the original one. And I
Hmm.
remember playing it, and it was a lot of fun, dude. It was you would have these guns that looked so realistic, and I remember I think it was like an M16, and I was shooting the wall, and it would like tear down the wall as I was shooting.
Hmm.
And I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you're able to do this. Like this is amazing. It's like, you know, there's so many things that we sort of take for granted now because we have such crazy games. Like there's like the little details we talk about with Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5, and all that stuff, or like Bioshock Infinite, or like, I don't know, there's a bunch of games, right? That they do so much, like Spider-Man and all that. And we take it for granted. Like we'll see it and be like, oh, that was awesome. It looks great. But it's like back in the day, we didn't have all that stuff. And it's like when we did have it, it's like what a crazy experience. My mind was blown. You know what I mean? It was so freaking cool. And I think Black was for me one of the ones that I still can remember. Like if you bring it up, I'll know. You know what I mean? And like I mean, even like you're gonna probably bring this up maybe, but like King Kong, you know what I mean? Like things like that,
Yeah.
forgotten games, and the one thing I don't know if I can go on this rant if I may, but I was thinking like the reason we don't get this anymore is because back in the day there was like a sort of it was cheaper to make a game or to like they would like make a game in like 3 months, and now it takes like years to finish one
Hmm.
thing, and it's like it's that's why we don't get these things, and it's money and live cost of living has gone up. It's just it's crazy, and like you, I miss it. But sorry, continue. I just wanted to
No, yeah,
mention
yeah,
that.
no. I wasn't gonna bring up like the King Kong stuff because we did talk licensing games before,
True,
right? So
that
like
is
then
true.
those games I remember, right? Those aren't as small, but yeah, the outfit. But I remember Black being a really fun game, and it was really hard too. I remember it was pretty tough, but and I'm looking at this game Mercenaries, like it's so funny because I'm like, this game looks really bland. Like there's not really a lot of the screen, but I remember having a great time with it. We would play with it. I'm like, man, and it was a rental game for sure. Oh, and they had a second one as well. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I didn't even remember that.
I didn't even know they
Um,
had a second one.
and then, dude, and then you get like a lot of the super powered sound boxes, right? I know Hulk was Incredible Destruction's an honorable mention. That was a great game, but dude, game like Prototype, Dark Sector, Time Shift, as I mentioned. Prototype was you were just this dude, you were a virus running up skyscrapers and jumping around, basically like a Hulk, right? Um,
Hmm.
Dark Sector, I remember there was like this throwing blade, right? You throw it
Yeah, yeah. It
and
was like
you would
a
control it where it went. And I thought it was like the coolest thing. I don't know why. Did you ever play that game?
I did, dude, and how, dude, every time for whatever reason, the games that you're
Uh-huh.
mentioning. they all remind me of also Crackdown. I don't know if you, I know you, we
Yeah,
talked about
yeah.
Crackdown before. You were talking about Crackdown, and if this is like that same era of games, like in my mind, I like it yeah, Dark Sector. I remember like it was like kind of like the Batarang for Arkham, right? It was like the beat,
Yes.
right? They would throw it, and it was like, dude, yeah, it was
It was
really
well
cool.
done. It felt great too. I remember just feeling really
Yeah,
good and like just basically just going like far and like yeah, I couldn't tell you what the plot of the game was, but I
I don't
remember having a
remember
great
either.
time playing
Yeah,
this game. Um,
and a lot
and
of these
proto
games that we played like so were like demos, right? It was like we really didn't own them or we would rent them, to be honest with you.
well, yeah. A lot of these games I think I rented. Maybe I probably bought some, and again, that's me, selling games and for these other
Hmm.
games, which is funny because like these games, when you look back, it's like, oh, then these games were definitely games I know I own Prototype for sure. Pretty sure I own Dark Sector. Actually, I think I own Time Shift as well. I'm telling you,
I
dude,
own Time Shift for sure.
I
Yeah.
was always selling game because so what I would do is I would wait till GameStop had like a power deal thing, and it would be like you trade in 3 games, get an extra $10 or whatever the heck. And dude, it's crazy to think like how did I have such a big stack of games to turn in, right? Like where did I get these? And it's funny because you could turn in like 10 games for one, and that's so bad. It's such a
Yeah,
bad like
it
looking
was
back at
crazy
it.
how much like the value of a game would be once like it was, you know, freaking out of the
It's
freaking
like a car.
GameStop.
It's like a car
Yeah,
once
like
you
a
drive it
car,
off the lot, right?
exactly. Yeah, it like
But it's
loses
like
depreciates his value by like so much.
it's funny because like I think about it, it's like I wonder, like I know it's like because obviously I was selling these games because I didn't want to ask like my parents like, hey, I want another game. It's a new game of the week because there's so many games coming out, right? So it's like, what I almost thinking like, what's worse, me asking them just to buy me a new game or selling the games they had got me for like presents and stuff for way cheaper and they had no idea. You know what I mean? Like obviously they
Ah,
didn't
dude,
really
honestly,
know
that's
because
probably
they weren't,
the
not
worst.
gamers.
Yeah.
Um,
My mom would get
I
mad
mean,
at
they're
me
both
if I
bad.
sold a console. Honestly, I've had my mom get really pissed at me for selling something, and even my brothers at some point started to tell me like because I had older brothers. I know you had one, but I don't think he was like
Mhm.
really into it as much. But
He
my
wasn't a
brothers would
gamer.
warn me. They'd be like, "Dude, please stop selling your games. Like, don't sell your games. I'll buy it." And my oldest brother would buy my games off of me, so I could like I sold Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and he bought. This is a really bad story. My brother, my oldest brother, God bless his heart, he bought me Assassin's Creed Syndicate used. I bought it for like it was like $30, something like that. I ended up like playing it for a little bit, and I'm like, I'm gonna go return it to GameStop so I can use that money to go to Disneyland. And he ended up buying it off of me and just giving me the money to go to Disneyland, dude. So like,
Nice.
rather than sell it to GameStop, I think he still has the copy, and
No.
it's not even a covered copy. It's just like those stupid blank ones that said the name. Terrible.
Ah, dude, I'm glad you had that. That's awesome because I did not. Like I said, my brother wasn't a gamer. My uncles gamed, but like they were more into the Nintendos, right? That's what they played. Um,
Hmm.
so I was like, man, I wish I had that. I could have saved, but I mean, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's over. It's done.
Yeah, well, at this
But
point,
dude,
right?
time
I
shift
mean,
was
what are you
fun
gonna
too.
do?
You could. I remember time shift. You can stop, slow, and reverse time. Right. That was a lot of fun. Like you can kill, and if you like messed up a thing, like you could just reset your time and do it again. Like that was crazy, right? I'm like to me, I'm just like my mind was exploding playing these games. I'm like, man, and I think this is the game that I thought of that sparked the episode was freaking Time Shift,
It's
dude.
funny. Yeah, I think when
Which
you
is
had
I don't
talked
know.
about it too, I was because I mean you had mentioned the gun shooters, and it reminded me of that game I told you about was like Brink or something like that, and it was one of the first like FPS like games that you would like be able to parkour, sort of like Mirror's Edge, and it was like this big multiplayer
Mm-hmm.
game. It came out for a bit and it didn't do well, and I remember like playing it and being like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. But it died. Sort of like Gotham City Imposters. Do you remember this game? It was like a
Oh
digital game
yeah.
on PS3. Dude, remember this, right? Okay. It was a guy, it was a shooter, like third person, kind of sort of played like Team Fortress, right? I think it's called
Mm-hmm.
Team Fortress, the Steam
Yeah.
game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I played like that, but you know, for the PS3 and 360 or whatever, we played a lot of it, dude, and it was a lot of fun. It was a cool game. And I remember like at some point it just kind of disappeared. Like it vanished. And I'm like, this was a great game. What happened? And like it's funny because I'll like sometimes I'll come back to myself where I'm like, dude, I remember playing these like multiplayer games, and it's like now it's like every game is trying to be the same. It's like this was when Call of Duty was at its peak, right? And it's like
Mm-hmm.
the FPS is Call of Duty, the third person is something else, but now it's like everything is a freaking looter shooter clone or a you know what I mean. Everything is trying to be like something else. It's like there's not a lot of variety. Certainly, we say that, but then we get High Guard, and it's like that was a little bit of variety, but it wasn't good. It just didn't hit the mark, right? That's not on us. It wasn't fun. You know what I
I mean,
mean?
yeah, but also we're older, tired gamers. You know, we're not like into that.
Yeah,
Um,
Lex, but we're not retired. You know what I mean? It's like we
I know we're not
still get that
retired. We're
itch.
not.
You know what I mean?
I know I
Yeah,
do. Mm-hmm.
and it's just we didn't get it, and that's not on us. I would say.
But speaking of like gun type games, I mean, Call of Duty Big Red one. I don't know if you played this one.
I did,
I
yeah.
think this is one of the first Call of Duties I played, and I remember seeing it as a trailer in front of a movie. I forget what movie it was. It was the first time I saw a game trailer. I mean, obviously Gears of War was later. Um, but dude, I thought that was a really great game. It was like kind of a Band of Brothers game, and then also Medal of Honor. I remember Frontline. I remember renting that game multiple times because I was just so into the opening. It was the D-Day opening, and it was so much fun to do it. And I think my uncle introduced me to that game. And yeah, those war games. And it's funny because like you think of it, you see these war games, right? And it's like compared to now, it's like it's just all of that. This has been overdone so much that we're just kind of like it's hard to really fall in love with one anymore. I mean, I know everyone still has their Call of Duties to play, but I just can't get into them as much as I used to. Um,
No, I think
I do.
there was such a different time because those war games. I mean, we had Medal of Honor, we had that, and I think Call of Duty kind of sort of did it well enough at the time because it sort of felt like I don't know, it felt like we were in the era. Like it at the like I remember as a kid being like, oh my gosh, this is World War II. Like this is really cool. Like they're doing a good job. Like I've seen like Saving Private Ryan so many times. It's like all these like thing history
Mhm.
things that we hear about, and it's like you're playing it now, and it just worked really well. I don't remember Big Red One if that was the one with D-Day. I was looking it up, but I don't recall. If it was, then
Mhm.
that was the one I played the crap out of. But I remember the beginning, you get out and you're getting shot at, right? And then
Yeah.
and you're in the
It
water,
makes
right?
you
And go ahead.
no good. I was like, you're really immersed. Like you feel really
Like
immersed
that, dude.
in that
Yeah,
scene.
that's what I was about to say. You felt immersed. You were like, I was there. It was weird, and I know it sounds silly because obviously games are an escape, and that's like the beauty of games and movies is like if you can start to kind of like immerse yourself and lose yourself in what you're watching and what you're doing. It sounds nerdy, right? But we're all nerds here. Who cares?
No, I
But it
mean
was
it,
awesome. I
that's
remember it was great.
I mean that's what you want, right? You want
Exactly.
that feeling, and it's funny because you're playing this on these junky CRTVs. Dude, there's another game though that this game kind of gets buried right by Red Dead,
Mm,
because Red Dead is doing so much better. But there's a game they called Gun that came out in 2005. This is before Red Dead Redemption, but not before Red Dead Revolver, which was the game before Red Dead Redemption from Rockstar. But the
hmm
game Gun actually came out, and it was a Western theme. It was basically almost Red Dead. And dude, I remember loving this game because I really was like, the Cowboys they're in, dude. You know what I mean? Uh, this is a great game. Can you even get this game anymore? Probably, right? It's probably on
I'm pretty
Steam, but
sure,
it's
but
probably not.
you probably on Steam or GOG, most likely emulated if you wanted to do that. But
Oh, I see it
this
on
is
Steam.
crazy, Lex. I'll tell you what, man. I've never
Please.
played this game and never played this game.
Really?
This is one of the ones I really wanted to play. And I opted out to getting Red Dead Revolver. I was a big fan of Red Dead Revolver. So I played the crap out of that. And Gun was the one that I never got to pick up. I ended up skipping that and just being a Red Dead fan. So I ended up getting Red Dead Redemption, right? One.
Yeah.
I ended
Dude,
up getting. Sorry, I was just thinking it was Red Dead One. I don't know why, but Red Dead Redemption One. So I never got to play Gun, dude, and it sucks because I know that would have been a
and that
fun
was so
game.
much,
And
yeah, and that was so much later too, which is crazy.
mhm.
Dude, okay, I looked at Gun right on Steam right now. It's $20. That's pretty crazy. For
That's
being
wild.
an old game, obviously it's popular, but like there's an Activision collection bundle that you can get for the small price of $810. But there's
Oof,
Gun, there's a couple Call
that's
of Duties
steep.
in there. I know there's a couple Call of Duties. I think the Big Red One is in here actually.
Dang,
Prototype's
to
even
get
in here,
it.
so that's why I was just funny. I wanted to bring it up because like, oh, there's Prototype also, and there's a Prototype too. I don't even remember that. Which is that's pretty funny. There's a bunch of random little games in here, but a lot of Call of Duties. But dude, yeah, that's crazy. You never played it. It's a great game. If they ever remaster, which I doubt they will, They're selling it for $20. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty wild.
That's not going to
But
be a thing anytime soon for sure. Yeah.
no, definitely. I mean, Red Dead's gonna get remade 4 more times before that happens. Um, but dude, it was a great game, bro. I remember really enjoying that game. But again, like I said, it's hard because
Did that one
Red
feel
Dead
more
is
like
just
a
so
gun?
much in my head.
I was going to say,
Like,
did that game sort of feel like more of a gun rail shooting kind of game? Like where it was like, you were just kind of like, it was kind of a shooting gallery sort of game. Because I know Red Dead Redemption, obviously you can like, you can like get on a horse, you could do all these things and it was open world. And I think Red Dead Redemption is an amazing game. But like, was it like that gun? I never really, again, like I said, I never
no,
played
it,
it.
it
So,
was it was like it was like Red Dead Redemption. Like it was a free
oh,
roam,
wow.
walking around. Yeah, it was third person. Um, like Red Dead Revolver was more of a shooting gallery type game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever had a chance to play that,
No, I did.
but
That's what I was telling you. I was a big fan of it.
oh yeah, yeah.
I
Sorry,
played the
I
crap out
think
of Red Dead Revolver. I still have my copy. I think it's an Xbox one. And it's like,
yeah, no,
I think
it was a
Red
good game,
Harlow and
dude.
he's like this, like with a gun. It's pretty sick cover.
That's right. It is a good cover. Um, but yeah, man, if you ever had a chance, I mean, again, like I said, you probably will never play it. I probably never play it again, but dude,
We'll see,
it
man. I
was a
don't
great
know,
game.
man. Dude, we'll
I'm trying
see,
to
dude.
find the his name was Colton White was your character. He was
Hmm.
sweet. He was sweet. Great game, great game. Um, yeah, and then you get some level some licensing games as well, like we're talking about. Now this game is interesting because this was a game I got when I rented, and it was called Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects, and it was basically a fighting game. And it's so funny because I was obsessed with this game. Like I would get it multiple times renting it. And the funny thing is, I don't like fighting games. I've said this many times on the channel. I'm just not a fighting game guy. And for some reason, this game had me, dude. Like who were the imperfects? I don't know. Can I just share
Oh
a
my
funny little story
gosh.
with the channel if I
Please.
may? When I
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
young boy, dude, when I was a lad, uh, I
Wee
would make
lad.
little movies in my head, and I would just be out my side by myself playing and making a movie, and I would time it, and I would and then I'd make a little poster for it at the end and say like an hour and 25 minutes or something like that because I don't know, it was dumb and I didn't have a script. I was just doing whatever that guy was want. Oh, I was a young boy.
Hmm.
This is last year. No, I'm kidding. And this game for some reason I always thought about it. I'm like, God, this game would be so sick as a movie, and I'd always try to think about it. And like, I don't know why.
How would I
I don't know why
direct
this game
this?
had me,
Who
bro.
would I
I don't know
get?
why this game. Yeah, I don't know why this game had me. 2000. When was this? When did this even come out?
I think I'll find right now.
2005.
It came out 2005. Yeah, October of
Yeah. So
2005.
yeah,
No,
dude,
actually, North
I
America,
was
September. Sorry,
yeah, I was a
September.
young lad. I was a young lad, but um, we won't get into the age. I wasn't that young actually. Now that I think about it, I just had a big
He was like
imagination.
18. Yeah.
No, I was a little younger. Um, but yeah, dude, that was a fun game. And then you get well, then you have a little note here that you can't even buy these games digitally anymore, huh? Because of the
No,
contracts. And
yeah, a lot of
this
these,
game you can't
yeah.
can't even find.
No, I don't. I mean, the emulation and stuff like that. I think that's like the reason
Oh yeah,
people are going heavily into it because yeah, like EA, Activision, Marvel, MTV, like those licenses expired like decades ago, and so they're difficult. That's why when I was telling you about them, well, I think we might have talked about this, but like with Marvel vs. Capcom and all those games that like kind of got re-released now, they were in like this weird like limbo. And we also have like I think games like man, I can't think right now off the top of my head, but there's games out there that we played as kids and because the person who owned the rights is dead and their family is just not wanting to do anything with it, it's stuck. So we'll never get
yeah.
anything like that again. Like it, and it's not, it's, I forget what games. There's a bunch of them like that, but it's just,
Oh, I'm sure.
um, yeah,
Wouldn't be
it's crazy. I
surprised.
think like Tony Hawk had a really hard time getting the music. That's why they did the game like twice, right? Eventually the
Yeah,
newest
that's right.
one, the new Tony Hawk, they actually got all the actually licensing because it's tough to license music. We just lost what Forza 5 or 4 or something like that because of the music licensing, and it's gone from digital shelves. But it's like you can buy it physically, but it's like you know what I mean. It's like you lost that sort of the digital freaking code unless you bought it.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Then you got a game that I just totally forgot about, the Jackass game, bro. I mean,
I never
what a
got to play this, dude. Tell me about it. Do you remember it all?
it just It's just Jackass. You're just doing dumb little stunts. I'm trying to pull up a list of what some of the stunts were. Um,
Yeah, because I
obviously,
know.
obviously there was some groin action. You know what I mean? They're always hitting each other in the
Yeah,
net in the nuts. Um, but yeah, dude, it's well. Can I just read you the quick plot real quick? If I'm
please
pulling
go
it up
ahead.
right now.
Yeah, yeah.
After Jeff Tremaine, which
Jesus.
Jeff Tremaine is the guy who kind of like directed and created with them. After Jeff Tremaine accidentally injures his vagina and is hospitalized, the crew calls upon a player to step up and fill the role as director of Jackass. So you're basically just collecting footage of these guys doing stuff, um,
Doing stupid things.
doing stupid stuff, bro.
Oh
Let me see if I
God.
can find some of the stunts because. You can do the party boy, and I think it was like a quick time event. So you're basically dancing,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding,
Oh
ding,
my
ding.
gosh. And
And
this was like a
it was
PS2 game, yeah?
yeah, dude, it was dumb, bro. It was so dumb, and like that. I think about it now, I was like, oh my gosh, but it's so funny that this game even existed. I want to
Dude,
send you
that's
the
so
picture in our
awesome.
little chat because this thing is just funny. Uh,
No, I have to look at it on my
look at
phone.
it. Go look at it real quick.
Hold on one sec. Let me pull that up real quick.
But yeah, dude, what a weird. And for some reason, this little like aesthetic of a game kind of
Oh my gosh. It's so silly,
reminds me
dude.
of the Burger King games. What was it? The Sneaky
Oh yeah,
King
Sneaky
and the golf
King and the
cart
go-kart.
and go karts, which
Yeah.
is so funny. If anyone remembers who's listening, or people, I'm sure people do. Burger King at one point. Well, this is when fast food places were cool, and Burger King was like the cool place. I remember getting like watches. I think I remember getting like a Pokeball for the Pokemon movie
Dude,
there.
I remember getting the freaking Wild Wild West glasses, dude. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes. I feel
Freaking
like Burger King was always on top of that. Will
Will
Smith, yeah.
Smith.
Um, but yeah, they would give out. They gave out video games at one point. I think they were like $3, maybe. They were super cheap,
I
and
think you're
they
right,
were
yeah.
Xbox. So you're the king from Burger King, and there was like a golfing one, a sneaky one. You're just sneaking around. There was a third one, right? Um,
I think the third one wasn't like kind of like Crash Dorito Racing, where it was like you ran through platforms. If I remember, I forget. I think you're
let's
right.
see,
There was
Sneak
third.
King, Pocket Bike Racer, and Big Bumpin'.
Jeez Louise, dude.
So one's a racer. What? Yeah, weird.
That's hilarious, brother.
It's crazy
Oh
that
my
this
god.
happened, right? Like how I don't know, but I'm telling you, I think Burger King. I felt like was like the bad boy fast food place because it just had cool
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know. It just always had the coolest stuff. And now you don't get these poor kids. They just get these sad little collab meals that cost $20, and maybe you'll get a toy. Did I ever tell you the story? Let me share this real quick. When McDonald's first did the adult Happy Meal thing and like brought a toy, um, my brother he went to go get one, and I think he was drinking, and he got the toy. He got the whole pack, and he gets home. He's all, oh, they didn't even put the toy in. They didn't put the toy in. It was like a $20 meal. He's all mad.
Oh
That's
god,
the whole
dude.
point. That's the whole point of the thing, bro.
I
They
know.
didn't
I
do it.
did the.
Uh,
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
yeah, dude,
Oh
that's
my
it's
gosh.
too good, man.
So yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I got this last question for you, friend.
oh yeah,
This is the
please.
one like before we end the episode because I really wanted to. I had put this in, and I was hoping that was gonna make it into the notes, but like I know we talked about like all these games and stuff, and they're coming out, and I mean they came out in a particular time, but like why do you think like or why do you like yeah essentially why do you think that they don't make these anymore? Like why is there is it too expensive to like make these games now is the premium too crazy or why don't we make this? Because like if you ask me, right, and I'll just kind of go quick here, we are kind of getting this because the industry did shift, but we're just not getting the Jackass. Now we're getting the like the RV there yet. The you know what I mean, like these like
Mhm.
sillier games, and it's like we're not getting them on modern consoles. Most likely, yeah, but like on Steam, there's a bunch of crazy stuff on there that you just they get lost because there's so much out there, right? And a part of me is like, I think we do. It's just we don't look for it, and I don't think it's
Mhm.
like, and it's developed by like one dude or something like that. It's nothing crazy, but why do you think, like, in your opinion, that we're not getting any more sort of these sort of
Uh,
games?
yeah, I think it's just resources is a thing. People don't want, and then they want to cut down their development teams. I think a lot more, and I think also they want to focus more, unfortunately, on the big hits, right? Like a lot of these
Yeah,
companies now are just like we're just gonna focus on one, put our resources in one game, and to make sure it's a hit. Like, you know, like Skull and Bones. I always bring it back to Skull and Bones. I think Skull and Bones could have done better had they not really just had they just kind of just came out. And if it was janky when it first came out, it was janky. But like the fact that the guy came out and was like, we're making the first triple A
triple
game.
A,
It's like
triple 4A game.
you're just tainting it.
Or
Like,
four
and that's
triple.
and that's the problem. That's like one of the problems, right? It's like they're trying to make the next greatest best thing and something that has a longevity where people stay on with the microtransactions. I think that's just the thing, is like they're so focused on that now that we're not getting a lot of these games. And like you said, plenty of indie games out there that you can play and find that are fantastic, cheap. Like you said, done for, I mean, what, Balatro? Was it Balatro or Balatro? You know, that was
Yeah.
like by one guy, won plenty of awards. That guy, it's, you know, and it was so cheap, and it was a huge hit, right? But I think just the problem with these big developers now is it's just cost, and they don't want to pay, and they want to they want to have the least resources but get the best games. You know what I mean? It's like it's in a weird, I don't know. And also there's that whole grounded factor, right? Kind of like what the Dark Knight did to superhero movies, right? Like now we all have to be grounded. It's like, no, you don't. You don't have to be. You know what I mean? Like, and there's plenty of games that did the same thing. It's like, you don't have to do that. You could still have fun. Like, that's totally fine. You know, some people just do it better. I don't know. That's kind of my take on it. I don't know if that answers your question.
No, it does. I mean, no, that's how you perceive this. It's not how I want you to answer me. It's whatever you think is the answer. There's no right answer here, because you know, please sound off in the comments to answer that question for us. What do you think? Because like, not everyone has the same sentiment, right? Like, we are in the gaming industry just by playing games, but we are not journalists. We don't know the ins and outs. We just kind of see and review and see things that news articles come out in, and that's kind of sort of where we learn from that, right? And that could always change. There's people who see both sides of the coin. There's, like, personally for me, I think that we do need both live service games and single player games, and I think we are going to move away from that. I think we're still going to have a lot of live service games coming out, at least for PlayStation, but once that ends, it's going to be all single player. But it's like, we need a both. We need these, like, the duality of both to sort of continue to like thrive in the gaming you know, universe, I guess you would say, because there has to be a way to make money over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's it. But yeah, dude, anything else before we let the friends of the channel go?
No, I mean, everyone, if you want to answer, you know, put your answer in the comments as well if you have it, or on Instagram, you can do that as well. But Ernie, if you want to send us out, please.
Yeah, please. Well, friends of the channel, Lex and I, we appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please give us a like on this video. Please give us a comment. Let us know if you liked the video. Let us know, maybe answer some of the questions that we asked. We would love to hear your answers. Please share it with your friends and family. Let us know if they enjoy it. And also follow us, like Lex stated, on our Instagram at checkpoint_reach. There, I and Lex will be there to answer any inquiries you might have. But yeah, as always, friends of the channel, thank you. Lex, send us home.
Yes, please. Thank you all so much for listening. We appreciate you all. And to all our friends all over the world, we thank you.
And I thought you were going to say,
Checkpoint Reach.
I thought you were going to say, to all your friends, a good night. You know,
to all your friends, a good night. Checkpoint Reach. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.